I get it. Scrolling through endless grill listings, you see glossy photos of stainless steel beasts promising restaurant-grade searing, only to end up with a unit that takes forever to heat, leaves hot spots, or just looks great on the wall and does nothing for your backyard meals. That hesitation, that what if I waste my money moment, is what makes me pause before I even click Add to Cart. Link is in the description if you want to check the product details on Amazon. When I started digging into the built-in grill market, the first thing that kept popping up was the promise of marine-grade stainless steel, which sounds like something you'd find on a yacht rather than a kitchen wall. The idea is that it resists corrosion better than ordinary steel, a real selling point if you live in a humid climate or near the coast where salt air can turn a regular grill into rust in a season. That was a big tick for me because my previous outdoor appliances have always needed a yearly polish to keep the looks. But a stainless exterior is only part of the story. The real test is how the grill behaves when you fire it up for a family dinner or a weekend cookout. The Napoleon 500 series 32-inch built-in head is marketed as a powerful unit, and that power comes from 4 independent propane burners. In practice, the 4-burner layout gives you real flexibility. I imagined a scenario where I'd start a steak on one side at high heat, while simmering a pot of beans on another burner set to low. That kind of compartmentalized cooking is exactly what a built-in grill is supposed to enable, and the ability to control each zone separately is a genuine advantage over many freestanding models that only offer a single control knob. One of the first practical things I noticed during a demo at a local kitchen showroom was how quickly the grill reaches a solid sear temperature. The 7.5mm stainless steel grids are thick enough to stay flat and avoid the warping you sometimes see after months of heating and cooling. When you place a strip of meat on the grill, the sizzle is immediate, and the grill holds that heat long enough to give you those classic grill marks without having to keep the burner at max the whole time. For people who love that crust on a ribeye, but also want to finish a thick piece of fish at a gentler heat, the separate burners make that juggling act doable without constantly adjusting a single knob. Now, no product is perfect, and there are a few hidden trade-offs that show up once the novelty fades. First, because it's a built-in unit, you need a proper cutout in your cabinetry or a dedicated wall space. That isn't just a hole in the wall. You have to route propane safely, ensure adequate clearance for the venting, and often run electrical for any optional lighting or side burners. If you're renting or you don't have a ready-made outdoor kitchen, that installation step can become a costly project, and it's something the product page doesn't stress enough. Second, the grill's power is definitely there, but with 4 burners you also get a higher propane consumption compared to a 2-burner freestanding grill. In real terms, that means you'll go through a couple of extra pounds of propane each season if you're grilling 3 or 4 times a week. For the occasional grill master that only fires up on holidays, the extra consumption might be negligible, but for a heavy user it's a running cost to keep in mind. Who should consider this grill? If you already have an outdoor kitchen layout or you're in the planning stages of one, and you value the ability to cook multiple things at different temperatures simultaneously, the Napoleon 500 series head is a solid fit. It shines for families that love to entertain, especially when you have a mix of meats, vegetables, and side dishes that all need distinct heat zones. The Marinegrade stainless finish also makes it a good choice for coastal homeowners or anyone who's tired of scrubbing rust off their grill every spring. On the flip side, if you're a casual griller who only does burgers on the occasional weekend, you'll probably get more bang for your buck with a high-quality freestanding model that's easier to install and consumes less fuel. Also, renters or anyone without the willingness to commit to a built-in installation should skip this and look for a portable solution. The practical strengths of this grill go beyond the headline specs. The burners are well-spaced, so you don't get the dreaded flame rollover, where a high heat zone spreads unevenly across the whole cooking surface. That makes it far easier to manage delicate foods like scallops or vegetables without worrying about sudden flare-ups. The grill also includes a built-in drip tray that slides out for easy cleaning, something you'll appreciate after a night of grilling a full rack of spare ribs. Because the grids are 7.5mm thick, they stay hot enough to give a good sear, but also cool down quickly enough for a second wave of food, which is handy when you're